All right, good morning, traders. Today is April 2nd, 2024. Thank you for being here. My SPY pivot this morning, 522.81. Above it, I'm a bull. Below it, I'm a bear. All of the Fab Five still in uptrends. SPY, IWM, that'd be Russell 2000, and Diamond Dow are made lower highs and lower lows, closing daily candles over the 17 EMA. SPY and IWM closed inside the bullish trap, while Diamond Dow closed below the bullish trap and above the 17 EMA. FNGU made a higher high and a higher low, closing above the bullish trap over the flat 17 EMA. QQQ made an outside day, that would be a higher high and a lower low, closing over the trap and the rising 17. GLD, still in an uptrend, made a brand new all-time high, while SLV, also in an uptrend, made a higher high and a higher low, closing above the trap and the rising 17 EMA. USO, still in an uptrend, made higher high and a higher low, closing over the bullish trap and above the rising 17 EMA. UNG, this is the only one that's in a downtrend, still in a downtrend, made a higher high and a higher low, closing between the bearish trap and the falling 17 EMA. US dollar index, still in an uptrend, creeped up a little bit higher to close the day around the 105 area, challenging the 2024 high above the flat 200 SMA. All right, so what does all that mean? Let's go take a look at some charts. All right, so here's the chart for SPY. All right, so we've got a lower high, lower low, closing inside the bullish trap over a rising 17 EMA. Still bullish, still in an uptrend. A little bearish right now, but still bullish on the daily time frame. Still in an uptrend. SPY still working. QQQ. All right, so QQQ making a higher high and a lower low, closing over the trap and over a rising 17 EMA. Still in an uptrend, still bullish. Not bullish today, but you know, it's still bullish on the daily time frame. Still in an uptrend. So there's QQQ. FNGU. All right, FNGU, higher low, higher high, closing over the bullish trap, over the rising 17, over about a flat 17 EMA there. Okay, so FNGU, still in an uptrend, still bullish, FNGU. IWM, lower high, lower low, closing inside the bullish trap over the rising 17 EMA. Have a little pullback here from making a new all-time high up there. I think that's is that a new all-time, new 2-year high? That's a new 2-year high they made a couple days ago. All right, so let's take a look at Diamond Dow. Diamond Dow putting in lower high, lower low, closing between the bullish trap and the rising 17 EMA right there. So everything's still in an uptrend. All right, everything's still, some of it's not bullish today, but on the daily time frame, it is bullish, okay? I don't know how that's said, if I said that right or not, but from the bigger picture, from a bigger picture standpoint, it's still bullish. It's still in an uptrend, all right? We haven't broken any lows to put it in a downtrend, so everything's still in an uptrend here. So all four of the indices plus the FNGU, and FNGU kind of pushes the both of them around. That'd be the QQQ and the SPY. All right, so let's take a look at a few sectors. All right, first sector, let's take a look at semiconductors. Okay, semiconductors, after making this high, kind of consolidating over here to the right. Still got a rising 17 EMA. Price action for yesterday, we've got a higher high and a higher low, closing above a bullish trap over a rising 17 EMA. Still bullish there. So there we go there. So XLK, same thing. Higher low, higher high, closing over the trap, over about a flat 17 EMA right there. All right, so there's technology and semiconductors, which pretty much are married to each other. So you can see right there, still in an uptrend, still working. All right. So let's take a look at XLF. Let's take a look at our financials. All right, financials putting in a lower high and a lower low. Closing, I got to say that's above the bullish trap and over the 17 EMA. So financials still in an uptrend, just having a little pullback here today. Let's take a look at transports. All right, so transports, if I remember right, the line is right there. This is a false line right there. So anything below this line here, all this tail, it was a bad tick. All right, so transports putting in a lower high, lower low, closing right on top of the 17 EMA and well below the bullish trap. So there's transports, but still in an uptrend. Okay, so transports, everything's still in an uptrend as far as our sectors go with inside of our indices. Let's take a look at our technicals, T2122. All right, so we fell out of the overbought zone right into the buyer's chop zone. And then we climbed up out of there, found our way in the buy zone, and wound up staying there, camping out for the rest of the day. T2123 started out green, ended green on the 15-minute time frame. On the 3-bar time frame, right? Still a lot of space between rising 17 EMA. We made new all-time highs for T2123 yesterday. Okay, so there's a green, a lot of space between 17 and the price action. So nice work on T2123. Let's take a look at FNGU. All right, so this is post-market right there. You can see the sell-off right there. So we have a rising 17 right here, a rising 200 SMA on this 15-minute chart. Okay, and you can see price action ripped up in the morning and couldn't hold it over this high or over the rising 200 SMA. So we found our way back down here to challenge these lows. I guess we failed to take out this high and came back down here to challenge the lows down here. So you can see it was green, red, and we finished the day green, coming all the way back to VWAP here to challenge the 200 SMA. Couldn't quite get over it. So we got hooked and trapped underneath the 200 SMA. All right, let's go back and take a look at a few other sectors here. First one we'll look at is USO. So here's petroleum crude oil. All right, so petroleum crude oil puts in higher low, higher high, closing over a bullish trap, over rising 17 EMA. So that's in an uptrend, and that is bullish. So that's working. UNG, not the same thing. UNG, higher low, higher high, closing between the bearish trap and the falling 17 EMA here. So there's UNG, nat gas. All right, still in a downtrend. Nothing new here to report. All right, let's take a look at precious metals. We'll start with silver. So here's silver gapping up to new year highs right there. I don't know if those are all-time highs. I'll have to check that out later. Let's go check that out now. Nope, not quite. Yeah, not by a long shot. All right. All right, so here's the price action for silver yesterday. Higher low, higher high, closing over a bullish trap, over a rising 17 EMA. GLD printed a new all-time high yesterday. Higher low, higher high, closing over the bullish trap, over the rising 17 EMA. So there's GLD. That's an all-time high there for GLD. All right, so let's go take a look at our economic calendar, okay? Let's take a look at that. And got it right here. So you can see not much happened yesterday, all right? Had a PMI manufacturing final at 9:45, ISM manufacturing at 10, construction spending at 10. For today, okay, we got factory orders are going to come out at 10, JOLTS coming out at 10, and we got a few Fed speakers, but none of them are Mr. Powell. So Really a relatively light day for today. Wednesday, that's tomorrow. Okay, we got MBA mortgage applications, 7 o'clock. ADP employment report, 8:15. Fed speaker. PMI composite final, 9:45. ISM services index, that's 10 o'clock. And a petroleum report at every Wednesday at 10:30. Okay. Got some more Fed speakers, and Mr. Powell's going to speak. That's FOMC Chairman Jerome Powell's going to speak at 12:10 tomorrow. That's Wednesday. All right. And the rest of the week is pretty much light with some more Fed speakers scattered throughout the rest of the days here. And you can see they're busy collecting their speaking fees right through here. Okay, so this will probably be the main event this week is Mr. Powell speaking at 12:10. And I don't really see anything changing. We have no data that suggests that things need to change. So whatever he said last time is pretty much what I'm expecting to happen. Just more of the same. I think there might be some profit taking, which was what we're experiencing right now. We had a pullback yesterday. Looking like we're getting some extension to that pullback in the pre-market, so it's probably a little more pullback today also. So pullback yesterday, a little more pullback today. So we'll see what happens. Still in an uptrend though. All right, so let's take a look at Max Pain. So let's go look at Max Pain for today is 522. Let me refresh that and make sure. And here we go. And the put-to-call ratio is almost 1-to-1, not quite 1-to-1. A little heavier on the call side than there are on the put. So the put-to-call ratio is less than 1-to-1 as far as puts to call. Max Pain is 522. We're well underneath that. So let's take a look at that SPY. And here's the U.S. dollar index. All right. So here's the U.S. dollar index putting in a higher low here. Back up to challenge these highs. You can see us closing the day right around 105 area. That would be yesterday. So we closed the daily candle. It's a daily chart of the SPY. So here's closing up around the 105 area. If we get on top of these highs, test them as support, we could see a visit back up to 106. And if we get over those, test it, and it holds, could take a visit to 107. And if that tests and holds, we may be on our way up to 110. We'll see what happens. All right. First, we got to get on top of this and hold. We really don't want a strong dollar because a strong dollar makes us less competitive when we sell our goods and services to foreign countries. So this could be a little bit of the sell-off that we're getting here in SPY and around the markets is the strong dollar. It's probably pushing price back down, because, we sell products all around the world. And if the world doesn't have as much money to spend, of course, it's going to affect our revenue for our U.S. companies. And that pretty much translates into lower profits. Lower revenue, you're going to get lower profits most of the time. So there's SPY, and we'll go back to our, here we are. Okay, and we'll take a look at the earnings calendar, and you can see for Tuesday, nothing notable, some familiar names, Cal-Maine, Paychex, Dave & Buster's, okay, but familiar names, but nothing notable here, okay. Wednesday, more of the same. Nothing market moving, but, some familiar names, BlackBerry, Levi's. You've seen them all before. Thursday, more of the same thing. Lamb Wesson, ConAgra. Again, more, nothing that's really going to rock the markets, but some familiar names in there. Friday, same thing. I don't even know if they're not even familiar to me, but what are they? That's 306 million. And Monday, really nothing happening here. Nothing really happening, okay, as far as that. All right, so I'm going to take questions in the room, and after that, if I don't have any questions, I'm going to render my video, get it posted up here. I want to thank you, everybody out there in video land. All right, I do want to make a note, okay, on the SPY. I'm just going to go visit the 15-minute chart. All right, so you can see here was our last higher low, and then we made a higher high. Didn't turn out to be a significantly higher high. All right, now we made a lower high, okay, and a lower low. And you can see in the pre-market, we are taking out that lower low right there. So the move is down. We want to make another, if we're bearish, we want another lower high and then another lower low. Because we already got this lower low and we got the lower high, which produced the next lower low. Now for bullish, like to see it consolidate right on this support area right through here, 519.57. I expect if we do get there to see a dollar bounce right off of that support area, 519.57. All right, so maybe a dollar bounce back to 520.50, and then we'll see where we go from there. All right, they may come all the way back up to the top of this channel after bouncing off of 519.57. It could see a visit up to 521.67, and then we'll see if we can climb back up here and produce some more consolidation. All right, so as of yesterday, after we came down here to the FOMC anchored VWAP breakout right there, we came down into, this is the FOMC anchored VWAP right there. So you can see after we came in there, we just chopped. It was nothing but chop for the rest of the day. And then we made a stab at touching the all-time high anchored VWAP to test that. Obviously, we were rejected. You can see the big topping tail, topping wick up there. And we came back underneath VWAP. And you can see now we've made a lower high, which in turn pretty much dictates that price will most likely come down and challenge the prior low. And here we are breaking through those lows, taking more profit, coming down to challenge the major support in this channel right through here. All right. All right, so I'll take questions in the room. If there's no questions, I'm going to render the video. All right. And I want to thank everybody out there in video land for subscribing and leaving the kind comments. Appreciate that. Thank you. That helps us with our algorithm. All right, until 4 o'clock. We'll see you then.